Now, on your Instagram post, right, or when you showed your results of 2023, the graph, the graph, you mentioned the graph doesn't show the stress, the laughter of the moments of sheer, what am I even doing, right? So can you please share some of these moments? So can you give us an example of some of the stress that you've had to, because people are looking at this going, wow, this guy's now making $800,000 a year, but I want to get people to understand some of the stuff that you actually go through, right? So tell us a little bit about the stress.
Yeah, I mean, I still have moments where even this year after we've done those numbers, where I look at Dom and say, I can't do this. I'm not good at this. I'm not meant to do this. The truth is I fucking hate 80% of entrepreneurship. But it's entrepreneurship is like holding up a mirror to yourself, and it exposes all your flaws and all your shortcomings and all your shortfalls.
Do you feel that if Dom wasn't by your side and you were doing this alone, you'd still be in the same position you are today?
No, I can pretty much certainly say that if I didn't have Dom by my side, I probably would have gone back and started selling land for a third time. It was Dom that, how do I say it? Dom has a way of looking at a situation and saying, for example, I'm like, what happens if this doesn't work? I'm going to have to go and sell land again. She says, babe, what's the worst that could happen? We'll go live with my parents or your parents. Dom has a way of looking at something that I'm kind of stressing about and I think's life or death, and saying, it's not that big of a deal. And she's definitely been the ultimate leveler. And I don't think we would be where we are without her. And you've heard the saying, behind every good man there's a better woman, and in this case it's definitely true. Yeah, you definitely need the support of your partner.
I take my hat off to you because I've always wanted to work with my wife Jen. She's so talented, and she reminds me a lot of Dom and how you're explaining Dom, but we don't work too well together, right? Because she doesn't like to, I guess the way, when I'm in entrepreneurship mode and I'm in business mode, I'm talking to you like we're in business, not like you're my life partner, right? And she hates that, she hates to be told what to do, or, just the way I talk. And I understand that, and I can't get out of it, you know what I mean? And she's like, you need to be speaking to me like I'm your wife, I'm not your employee, as an example, So how do you manage going, because I seen in some of your notes, you were saying, distinguishing roles is a very, very important thing that some past Amazon sellers have told you.
It's not all sunshine and rainbows, and I remember when I think I was at an Anthony Robbins event, Date with Destiny, I think it was, and I was sitting next to the guy, and I told him I was about to go into business with my partner at the time. I don't think we were engaged, and he said, dude, he said, running a business with your partner is like having a child. He said, if you can't run a business with your partner, you probably won't survive having a child. And to be honest, running a business with Dom it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It was the most challenging thing that I think both of us have ever done. And there were times when we were both laying on the ground just in tears, crying because of that friction, because I'm very much like you, Eric. For me, it's like business is my opportunity to go to war. Business is like the suppliers are coming after me, the competitors are coming after me. It's my opportunity to go to war. And I'm using that same language with Dom. And Dom's like, who the fuck up? Like, who are you? like, don't talk to me like that.
Guess you sleep in the spare room.
But Dom's very forgiving, right? So I never had to sleep on the couch or the spare room. And Dom's very patient. And it sounds like Jen is very much the same. But this is the way that we approach it. But I guess we went on a journey of self-discovery through this, and we our main goal, and coming back to the common goal, was to improve our communication with one another. And, you know, we wanted to travel the world and run a business. And so the option, we had to work together for that initial period. And so we basically had to learn, and we're still doing it. You know, I hope Dom doesn't mind sharing, but, you know, we spend so much money on coaching, we spend so much money on courses. And I'm like to Dom, why don't we see a couples counsellor? Like, why would we not spend money on the thing that's most important in our life, which is our relationship? And so we see a couples counsellor every 2 weeks. And the main crux of what we talk about is communication and listening. And, you know, it's hard, and I just want to make all the decisions. But, you know, going through this is teaching me, there's a lot of overlap. So becoming a better communicator in my relationship is also making me a better CEO in my business as well.
It's amazing, this journey, right? Like, you're becoming such a better entrepreneur, but at the same time, a better husband and a better father, all at the same time. And
it's like to you know, Adam, I think you posted, or you wrote me a message once saying that you fucking hate 70% or 80% of entrepreneurship as well. And it's like, why do we do it? And that's the reason that we do it. That's the reason that we get up every day and do this, because if you want to become better, and if you want to keep progressing in life, that I haven't found anything better than entrepreneurship, because there's a scoreboard and it's there at all times. And
I think a lot of, especially young entrepreneurs, when you're coming up, you have this ideal that you should do what you're passionate about and you'll never work another day in your life. Well, what a load of shit. Business is hard, and I do hate a lot of it. You know, there are moments. I mean, how do you, are you the same, James? Or do you wake up and just love every day?
Oh, no. Sometimes I don't go to sleep at all to wake up.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. But then you could be digging a ditch too, and I'm not that guy. So
no.
It's just
I think just getting to deal with the fact, this is not just like, oh, right, most of it is, but then you have moments that are awesome. And those moments, like kids, right? I suppose, you know, kids have, you know, it's a lot of work, but those moments of sunshine make it worthwhile.
Yeah, I liken running a business to having kids. And, you know, to tell you the truth, I think having kids is a hell of a lot harder. And not, you know, well, some people do, but, you know, most people don't quit on their kids. So, yeah, I think you know, I'm learning this year that kids go through a lot of development in their early year or early years, and then out of nowhere sometimes they just become obsessed, and you're like, what the fuck happened to my kid? Like, what, they were sleeping well and now they've just become obsessed. And what's happening is they're going through, people experts or like to call them leaps or regressions, where they go backwards. And what's actually happening is that child is going through a brain development phase where they're able to take on, because their brain is developing so quick, they're able to take on so many more inputs. And those inputs create overwhelm, and they create an opportunity to learn. I think business is much the same, especially at the start. There's so much coming at you so quick that it creates overwhelm. So in business, we have to go through leaps, or we have to go through those developmental stages.
Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that episode of Unemployable. If you want to watch another clip, click here, or if you want to see the full episode, click here. Bye for now.